out at the Puma rally this morning. It's Pleasant Valley Upper Muscadabat ATV Association, or ATV Club. And man, we were late today. Thankfully they waited for us, because I thought it was a assigned route, but apparently it's a guided run. So anyway, the leader waited for us, and here we are. Rode at the end of the Upper Brookfield Road up in Brookfield. And yeah, we're gonna learn some new trails. I've never run up here, so I'm looking forward to it. Get some GPS tracks done, because I still don't have the seat on the back of my bike yet. I had the back rack broke for third or fourth time now. Getting tired of it. But my buddy Jason there, he welded it up pretty good. I don't think there's truck frames that have mounts a little less than what he did on the back of this. So it damn well better not break this time. Into some fun stuff, I guess. There we go. A little bit of mud. I don't know these holes, and I'm at the end of the pack, so I'm not going to be messing around, slowing everybody down, getting stuck. I know Steve will stick with me, but we got a group coming up behind us. I don't know if it's the sweep or if it's just some people out running. I don't know. We'll see if they stick with us. Anyway, we rolled in this morning at registration was from 10 to 11, and I think we rolled in about 5 minutes to 10, or 5 minutes to 11, because we were a little bit longer at the big stop there in Enfield than we expected. And anyway, we rolled in and threw our gutter bikes off the truck and threw our helmets on and ran down the registration. Well, they were waiting for us. I didn't realize, like I said, so it was a guided route. So anyway, he waited for us, thankfully. We were at the registration table, and he said, you're that ATV Adventures guy. I said, yeah, ATV Expeditions on us. So it's good to see there's some club members watching my videos. So anyway, we'll get this video up for show some different areas of the province. Like I said, I've never run up here, so I'm looking forward to learning some new trails up here. So far, so good. These are nice trails, and we're not even out to the Advance portion of the trails here on my GPS. Right now we're kind of running parallel to them. I don't know if we're actually headed to them or what the deal is, but anyway, we'll find out one way or another. Looks like we got a nice little bridge coming up here. Okay, they did it with the small grant. See, this kind of stuff's not possible without those kind of grants. It's one thing the government's doing right. Some hard to get, but the money's there, thankfully, to put in stuff like this to keep us out of little brooks and rivers. Looks like the club's done some great work up through here. These are some nice trails. They're not on the Advance maps, but there's some nice trails. Ooh, narrow, apparently. I'll tell you, that bike is wide, 64 inches. I've said this a few times. But man, he knows how to drive it. He can get that thing pretty well anywhere that we can go. Unless it's a barricade that is purposely there to keep him out. And, you know, keep out up to 50 inches or something, like the BLT trail. he can get through. It's crazy. He's definitely good with it. But it also takes a beating because of its size. Some things he has to kind of muscle his way through, or has to bounce over, or something like that. So this kind of stuff gets expensive, especially when you got a big machine like that. I mean, speaking of expensive, I'm always looking for sponsors. If anybody's watching this and is interested in sponsoring me, get a plug on the videos and whatnot. I mean, I got sponsored by Senna, so I've got the Prism action camera that I'm using right now to make this video. They sent me out a camera, which is awesome, but I mean, I'm always buying parts, I'm always buying accessories. I mean, geez, even gas. I mean, I got an F-150, I'm hauling my bike all over the province, and 90% of the time I've got Steve's Maverick hooked to the back. We've got a little trailer that just barely hauls that thing, so I'm looking for a bigger trailer for sure. I don't have a ton of money, that's the thing. I got 3 little kids, and I'm lucky to get out as much as I do. But yeah, it's not easy. So I mean, if anybody's out there and they're in the position to give me any help, I'm certainly open to any help. Because like I said, it's not cheap driving all over the province making these videos, and thankfully, like I said, Senna sponsored me and gave me this camera because it wasn't cheap. And now I can narrate my videos and it sounds good and all that. So anyway, that's enough money talk. Let's enjoy the day. Looks like we're going to take a little break here. My diff never even locked up the whole way through. Put it in diff lock and it never even got locked. That's one thing I hate about this thing. That diff lock is a pain in the ass. You put it in before you get stuck. You see a bad trail, so you put it in 4-wheel drive and you'd lock up the front diff, thinking you want it in before you get stuck. And the stupid thing doesn't lock in, and sometimes it doesn't lock in even after you're stuck, which really annoys me. Most of the time, once the wheel starts slipping, it'll slip in, but geez, it'd be nice to just get in before you have a chance to get stuck. It might stop you from getting stuck. Half the rally have to wait for me. I don't want to get in behind Steve and get stuck. There we go. Diff locked up anyway. Little Commander XT here in front of us. Ooh, that looks like maybe it's got some rocks in it. Maybe I'll go around that. Well, Steve's not. He's not wasting any time. He's going through it. Oh, that is deep. Put that little buggy in four-wheel drive. I'm so glad I'm not in the passenger seat of that. Oh, come on. I thought he was backing right out of it. There you go. Give her. Nice. You got her. Well, we just had a break back there at Carter Falls. It's a nice little spot. We're moving on down the trail here. It looks like... Geez, I don't know if my GPS is not reading. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a different track. Anyway, it looks like we're right back on the main road heading back to where we started. So I don't know. Anyway, so far so good. Good little trail. Bunch of good trails. And geez, when we stopped there, I met a guy that I met in Cape Breton 2 years ago at the Highland Quest, and I met him again this year at the Quest. Cordell, he's from Truro, and one of his buddies, Trevor, who's a subscriber, and a couple other guys that were also subscribers. It's cool to see that my videos are getting noticed by local people. It's nice to see. Got another nice example of small block funding or small grant program. Getting some improvements done. It's another one of those McDonald Bridge panels. It's really nice to see them all around the province. As you can tell, McDonald Bridge is a big bridge. There's pieces of it everywhere. Nice little break spot there. Not sure what the deal is with the mushrooms. I'm gonna have to ask. Alright, I got a new battery in the Prism. Died on me there while I was talking last time. So anyway, we just had a little stop for a break, and we're moving on back along. And now that I think about it, I had the crackers open in my cooler, and I'm pretty sure I didn't put the cover back on. I'm gonna have a mess in that cooler. Alright, so we're coming up through, we're coming up to Parachute Hill. I assume this is a high point. Not really sure why it's called Parachute Hill, so if you're watching the video, feel free to put in the comments if you know why it's called Parachute Hill. I'd love to know. If I'm knowing me, I'll forget to ask next time we stop. So, some nice, really nice trails up through here. You guys are doing a great job, everybody in the club, maintaining these trails, or whoever is maintaining these trails and roads are doing a good job. Definitely be doing some exploring up here, that's for sure. Alright, so we're into a great little trail here. Ooh. This guy's got some transmission problem or something. Whoa! Get! Oh! Try this again and cue the heavy breathing. Holy, this is a fun little rollover. It's always nice when you're on a rally and second, third from the front and you roll over everybody behind you. Oh boy, good times. Hey Trevor, you're right, it's a good trail. Solid rear axle sucks. Although I can't say much, he says solid rear axle in front of me and he made it across. He almost flipped. Oh, went into a tree though. Alright, I don't feel as bad. To take them, like, they're a great optional trail. I love having this stuff as an option. But if you had to take this trail to get from A to B every time you went out, you probably wouldn't enjoy it too much. So it is nice to have ways around stuff like this. Some of the group went back a different way and we came across here. So I don't know, it's probably a 70-30 split. Just cold enough, my friggin' nose won't stop running. Just that time of year. So I apologize for the listening to me sniffle all day. I'm sure that's entertaining. That's the downfalls of having a mic in your helmet. You get to listen to all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, we'll just edit that part out.
Clinton is with Maritime Full Throttle. He's going to be happy that I rolled over. It'll take a little bit of the heat off him for his bike bucking him off in Barney's River. So it's alright, I got broad shoulders. It's not the first mistake I've ever made. It's not the last. I've no doubt. As long as nobody gets hurt, it's all good. They definitely picked some good trails, I gotta say. It was a perfect mix. There was some roads. There was a little bit of this, a little bit of water, a little bit of mud to play in. You had a couple of guys that went different routes. They knew the area, so if you wanted to tag along with them, you could take the other route. We just stuck with the group and had a great time. So I highly recommend getting out to these rallies. I know some guys don't like going on rallies, but they like to go their own speed and whatnot. But really, I mean, I haven't been to a rally yet that I've found the speed too high or have felt uncomfortable. And you know what? If I did, I would just go my own speed. I mean, or I would speak up and I would say something, because it's no fun if you're stressed out all day trying to keep up or whatever. But none of them are really so technical that they're no good for the amateur rider, and they always throw in a couple of trails as an option. Not always, but quite a few of them. They throw in optional trails that, you know, they'll have like a mud route and a normal route. And they'll have, here they They just came back and they said, listen, this trail's a little harder, and if you want to come try it out, this is the way I'm going. And we've got another group going back another way. If you want to just have a little easier route, no problem. But, I mean, other than that minor little rollover, I mean, tip, wasn't really a rollover, I just kind of tipped the bike. It never even shut off, so it didn't tip that far. And other than that, I mean, you know, it's not that bad. And I mean, unfortunately, I was the only one that had that kind of a problem. I think we had the Wildcat. I don't know really what happened, but they were back quite a ways, so I don't know if something happened to them, or I'm sure they were probably just, if anything, they were just hooked up. Just needed a little tug or realign and try again. I can tell you one thing though, if you're on a schedule, don't come to a rally, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, when I go out any day of the week, I never go out when I have a schedule, unless I'm somewhere that I know I can just break away from the pack and I can just go home and it's no big deal. I can take, you know, I can go back myself. I mean, today I could have turned around and followed my GPS track back, I guess, but you know, I don't like to have a schedule when I'm out on a rally, because you just never know what's going to happen. You might get stuck, you might break something, and I mean, luckily I can pretty much get my truck pretty well anywhere that we went today, or at least within close enough proximity that we could tow it out with another vehicle or another bike, and get back to the truck and haul it out if I had to. I mean, these kind of roads are perfect. So I guess what I'm getting at is, don't be afraid. Get out and join your clubs, join your local clubs, and get out to the rallies. They're fun. The camaraderie's great. You meet lots of people. And, I mean, you never know who you're going to meet. So, I mean, here I met, I forget his name already. Cordell? I think that was his name. I'm horrible with names. Anyway, here I met him in Cape Breton. And then a year later, we're sitting at the Recco General Store, and my wife says, hey, those guys were with us last year. And of course, she has a better memory than I do. I'm like, you're crazy. Nope, it was them. They had a different bike, everything, and she knew them. So, so anyway, went over and said hi, and then boom, here he is today. You know, in a totally different part of the province. Now, mind you, of course, it's closer to home for him. I mean, he's from Truro, I believe. So, anyway, yeah, I mean, just, you never know who you're going to run into. I mean, the last rally I was at out in St. Margaret's Bay, Safety Minded Chase the Ace, ran into a cousin of mine, and geez, I hadn't seen him in years. He had no idea I had a bike. I had no idea that he was active in that kind of stuff. And there he was. So, I mean, you just never know. So it's great to get out and enjoy some of the wilderness. You're never disappointed in what you're going to see. That's for sure. You never know what you're going to see in the woods. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it's pretty disappointing. Come across a garbage dump or something. But I'll tell you one thing: if you don't get out, you don't know what you're missing. So I highly recommend it. Spot that we were when Steve can't fit across these bridges. We're getting back to the spot that we were here earlier that we weren't supposed to be at. It's the last checkpoint, and we ended up here at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something. So anyway, get the drone up here, and good, they got a fire, get my feet warmed up a bit. Get some food. barbecue apparently, so. Whew. Alright, so we had our supper. What? Yeah. There's a guy waiting for us here to take us out. Woo, don't need those. And I'm going to follow him back to the truck. My GPS does still have the track, but anyway, we're going to follow him out and head on back. The barbecue was great, so it was in support of the local cadet corps, which is awesome. They made, just on the hands, they made $500, which was great. And then plus that, they made money on the canteen, and I would say they probably made close to $100 on the canteen. So I mean, $600. That's awesome. We had lots of donations from local businesses, and yeah, so it was. It's great to see the local businesses supporting the clubs and local groups and whatnot by giving them prizes. Anyway, yeah, it gives groups like that otherwise would go without the funds. It gives them the opportunity to throw an event like this, and the local ATV club jumped right on board and allowed them to make, probably damn near $600, which, like I said, otherwise they would have went without. They just wouldn't have it. So it's that's great. It's good to see. Some firewood. That's the best thing to do if you come across a tree that's down and you got a chainsaw. I mean, if you got a buck saw, it's kind of a pain, but if you've got a chainsaw and you've got the ability to do it, don't just cut it into a 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 foot lengths and leave it at the side of the trail. Cut it into 16, 18 inch pieces, or even 1 foot, 12 inch pieces, and just leave it in a pile on the side of the trail. And if you don't have the ability to take it to a warming hut, that is, but if you've got the ability, throw it on your bike and take it to the nearest warming hut if you know where it is. And if you don't know where it is, just leave it on the side of the trail, and somebody in a club will come along and see it there and certainly appreciate it. Ooh, man, that's getting slick. It is getting icy. Thanks for watching, and if you like the video, hit that thumbs up, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time. get loaded up on the truck here and get inside where it's warm. Because my thumb is frozen. My stupid thumb warmer's not working. And my thumb's frozen. So,